Okay, Richard, welcome to my channel, brother. For those of you who don't know who Richard is currently running his AI receptionist agency and done almost 30K in sales. And yeah, happy to have you on, Richard. Can you introduce yourself briefly and then just tell us who you are, how much you're doing, where you're from, and just things like that?
100%, man. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me, Haroon. Super grateful to be on your podcast today, man. And I just want to say that, I've definitely got a lot of value from you over the past couple months in terms of running my agency as well. So appreciate you on that front. But yeah, my name is Richard. Originally from India, but I was born and raised in Dubai. Moved to Canada about 10 years ago. Right before this, I did have my own chemical company. So we manufacture industrial chemicals for industrial companies across North America, including Canada and the States. Made a few $1 million from that. Stepped down from that company, early this year in January to pursue this AI company. Yeah, it's been a growth. It's not the same as what I expected it to be, but it's going pretty great so far. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for me right now is just building up the agency because it is not the same business as doing physical products. So that's where I'm at right now.
I love that, man. Love that. And how long have you been running your AI agency for?
Technically, I started July. July would be my first time since I started, but I started researching down in late February. And then July
Mm,
would be when I actually started doing sales because the first 2 months was just me learning everything, and then July
mm.
would be pretty much when I started making sales calls and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so almost 4 months then.
Yeah,
And in 4 months, you said that you have done $30,000 in sales?
$30,000 in sales. Yeah,
That's sick, bro. That's sick. I
yeah,
love that. Now, Richard, obviously you were running a profitable business before this where you were selling your chemical company, right?
yep.
Are you still running that or is that
Yeah, so I
no?
do have partners in that. So it was me and a couple of friends that started that back in 2019. There's like four partners in that business. So yeah, we did door to door. We were in retail stores. We were industrial. We were everywhere. Yeah, it was pretty profitable. Yeah, and I do still own shares in the company, but I'm no longer involved in the company. I was VP of sales in the other company.
Sick, bro. Sick. That's very interesting because you were already running a previous business that were making a good money probably. And so my question is like, what made you go from, your chemical company, which you're already doing good with, to AI? That's my question.
Yeah,
That's very interesting.
100%, man. It is. It's definitely wild for sure. But obviously, you and me both know that AI is the next big thing, and I think AI is here to stay. And I
100%.
think we're in the same position in the marketplace where Facebook and Amazon dropshipping and Shopify and all these things happened, years ago when we missed out on these opportunities. And I think AI is so dumbed down and so simple for people like us to literally go out there and make like, 5 million a month, 10 million a month. Yeah, if you play your cards right, but at least making like a couple $100,000 a month if you play your cards right. And then
Mm,
positioning yourself as a market expert so you can get more leverage for future. Because right now, businesses, like you said in your videos, man, businesses need AI, and a lot of people don't know how to implement them in the business. And I see a huge gap in the marketplace. I think it's there for the taking.
100%, bro. 100%. Because it is a very big step to go from a, company that you already running and already, your chemical company making good money with it and just jumping into AI, build yourself up from zero.
Mm.
And, not only is it like a big step, but it also takes a lot of balls, so I
It
respect you
does.
for that because you already were running a good company and from that, boom, you're going to go into AI, start from zero. And AI is pretty new as well. You probably like back in June, I remember, like I started back in March, right? And back in March, there was almost no one selling, especially AI receptionists, right?
Mm.
So yeah, it takes a lot of balls to go from like go from a big company to just starting your own shit and just starting from zero. But on the other side of fear, obviously, bro, you have done $30,000 in sales in 4 months, so it have obviously paid off. And I'm pretty sure you're not where you want to be yet. It's a lot more on the table that you can get your hands
A
on.
lot more.
Yeah. So interesting, interesting. Now, what was the thing? Because like, what was the specific? What was it like a specific moment or specific thing where you were like, okay, I'm gonna go from like this, like doing millions a month, from this chemical company into this AI. Like, what was that one specific thing you could say that just clicked for you, and then you were like, okay, I'm gonna make this change.
100%. And we're not there in the millions of month yet, but we're making well over the, a couple $100,000 a month. But the biggest thing would be obviously I got partners. The issue with the chemical business is creating products is dependent on inventory because we had to manufacture the chemicals. So we have a network of manufacturers across North America where we made the cleaners. But I don't know, man. It's like I've been doing it for such a long time. I've made a lot of connections with pretty big business people over the past couple of years. The only thing is I wanted something new. And, obviously I could still go back to selling cleaners if I really want to, but I think because AI is the next big thing, I figured it'd be best to pivot into making something, let's say, a lot more sustainable because I can get monthly recurring from this. And the thing with chemicals, it's unpredictable revenue. So we can't actually decide when the next order is coming in. And then
Mm,
it's always a matter of new marketing. But I like the idea of software. I always wanted to get into it. A lot of my friends are in the tech space as well. So I figured it was time to make the jump.
yeah, very interesting, bro. As again, like if you're watching right now and you're some kind of business and you're thinking like, I want to make the switch. Let's say you're doing drop shipping, right? You want to make the switch from drop shipping to AI, and you're like thinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? Learn from Richard. Richard has balls. You need to get some. Because if you can pivot into AI, you can make money. Okay. AI is like, we're going to talk about this more, but AI is literally
100%.
so simple to make money with. Like, it's so simple. Like,
It's disgusting.
because here's the thing, Richard. For me, I know we're going to get more into how you operate and all of that. But for me, I don't know too much about AI. I just know how to run an agency. I know marketing, I know sales. AI stuff, I just outsource. Right. So it
100%.
is very, very simple. Now, let's talk about uh what like the first client you started in June, you said, or July?
June, July. Yeah.
Okay, so June, July you started. When did you land your first client?
My first client was, I believe it was July. And
Well,
funny story, when I was selling my cleaners, I had a client who retired 4 years ago, but I would visit him every time I was in the city. I reached out to him, asked him if he has a need for this or if he could get me in touch with somebody that would need it. Ideally, he had a contact for a business where his company was looking to implement AI. And yeah, he showed me a message, and I basically decided to tell him. He's like, "I'll introduce you to him." And then eventually, what happened was he told me that he wanted to meet in person. So, long story short, the guy actually flew me out to the city. He has his own booth in the stadium there. I don't know if you're a hockey guy, but he has his own section at the Oilers stadium. So he flew me out, got me a hotel room, he took me to the games, and then yeah, had like a 15-minute conversation. He's like done because I made a demo for him, and
mm,
it's funny because I was supposed to go meet him in person, but then the guy never confirmed with me. He's like, "Are you ready for a meeting at 12?" And the thing was, the city was 3 hours away from me, so I couldn't even leave if I wanted to. So, anyways, long story short, I hopped on, made a quick demo for him, shot it over to the guy, and the guy was so impressed with the demo. He's like, "I want to meet you in person." So he flew me out, and then that was my first client. Closed him for it was $6,000, and it was $500 a month.
wow.
That that was
Wow,
my
and
client.
and that was an AI receptionist.
That was an AI receptionist. Yeah. So he does safety supplies. And essentially, he wants AI to basically take orders, transfer calls, be a receptionist. He has the largest online store for safety supplies in Canada right now. It's like the Shopify. But yeah,
Mm.
that was my first client.
Wow, that's sick, bro. That's sick. And for all of you guys watching, because there is so much dilemma around this, bro. Like people are like, when I say like on my Instagram, like you could sell an air receptionist for $5,000, people are like they fucking freak out, bro. They have like this belief that you can't sell it for more than 100, like maximum 1K. There you have it. He just sold his first AR receptionist for $6,000 and 500 bucks a month.
500 a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there you have it. Now, a lot of people that are watching, I'm speaking to my audience now around, like they believe this, like you can't sell it for more than 1,000, 2,000. There's the thing. When you're selling an AI receptionist, you're not just selling like a fancy AI receptionist and it's just there for like decoration. It actually solves a huge problem because I'm pretty sure your client, they're making more money now because they're not losing out on any leads.
100%. Yep.
So it actually solves a huge problem for all of you guys watching. Like, why would someone buy it for 5K, 6K? There is exactly why, because it solves a huge problem. It saves businesses more money. It's like a lot of these online gurus, AI gurus, like, don't sell AI receptionists, doesn't solve an issue. It solves a big issue. And there you
Huge
have it.
issue.
Huge issue.
Huge.
Like people are missing out on calls. If you check, like there's studies, like I do, I'm big on studies, you know. I like to
Hmm.
back my shit up with proof. I just don't like, I just don't like talk. And there's studies showing that local businesses on average in the US are missing out on 62% of inbound calls. That means they're missing out on 62% of their leads, which is crazy, right?
Hmm.
If you can solve that problem for them, they will miss out on 0% of their leads and they would just make more money, right? So
100%.
that's sick, bro. $6,000 as your first
And
client.
And if you don't mind me adding, a lot of people need to understand if you guys are selling AI receptionists, $5,000 is not a lot of money for them. It's not. It's like you going and filling up a tank of gas. Because like let's say a trucking company, for example, and an oil change is like $700, 700 to $1,000. So what's $5,000 in the grand scheme of things? The safety supplies company, they're moving through 20 to $50,000 a day in sales. So $5,000 is just pennies on the dollar for you guys to sell them an AI receptionist that's going to increase their opportunities.
100%, bro. 100%. And I believe people have this belief like $5,000 is a lot of money for them is because like for me, I can tell you my experience. I don't know if this was yours, but I don't know if you agree with this, but for me, when I was starting my AI agency, I was broke, right? So like even the thought of selling, you know, making 5K a month was like, wow, I can make 5K a month. That's a lot of money. So I had this belief in the beginning that I can't sell it for more than 2,000, 1,500 because for me it was a lot of money, right? But the client Richard sold his AI agent to, they're making, as I said, 20, $50,000 a month. So 5K is nothing, especially if you can pitch it the correct way, right? We're going to get into that as well, how to pitch it and all of that. But
Mhm.
if you can like change that belief in your mind, maybe $5,000 is a lot of money for you. Maybe you wouldn't invest in it because you don't have a lot of money right now. But for business owners doing like, you know, 50,000, $100,000 a month, it's nothing,
You're
especially if you can
absolutely
make them
correct.
more money.
You're absolutely correct, man. And I would say that there's a saying. So when we trained all of our sales guys in the chemical business, there's a saying that we would say, the field is the reflection of you. So how you look at yourself and how you view yourself is how you pitch yourself to other people. So if you have more self-respect, people are going to take you more seriously, regardless if you have experience or not. If you believe in yourself, I feel like people would 1000% invest in your product because you trust yourself to get it done. And if you can't sell it for 5,000, it's probably because there's a block in how you view yourself.
100%, bro. I couldn't agree more on this. Like, I always tell people who's selling AI reception, selling whatever, bro. This is like simple sales rules. And
Absolutely.
it's like, if you don't believe in your product, why would some other guy believe in your product, right? Like, why would they buy
1000%.
from you? If you didn't believe in your product, because I'm pretty sure when you pitched it to this guy, like, you were pretty sure that this can actually make them money, right? So
Yeah.
you weren't nervous and sitting there and like you weren't like you were
Yeah.
speaking with confidence. You're like, this can actually solve a problem for you, right? This is what people need. If you're trying to sell your shit for a lot of money, you need to believe that it's worth that kind of money, right? Again, as Richard said, it's all about self-respect. If you believe that your shit, like your product is valued at $6,000 or $5,000, you can sell it for that. A lot of
Yeah.
people they have this like, oh wow, I'm gonna try and sell it for $5,000, but I know like $2,000 is enough for me. You need to change the belief within yourself and be like, $2,000 isn't shit. This product, when I used to pitch to people, bro, it was like when I was like 2K. And when they told me like I used to get often money objections, right? It was like I was like $5,000. They're like, yeah, I can invest $1,000. And I used to look at them because I felt disrespected. I was like, what the
Bro, I
fuck do you mean,
appreciate
bro?
that.
Like $1,000, like how is that possible? I look at it
No,
as like five, like the value of it is insane because you can make
it's
them that kind
insane.
of money, right? So
Yep.
$1,000 is nothing. You need to change the belief within yourself and that this can actually solve a huge issue for them, and it can make them 10,000, 15,000, $20,000 more every single month. And when you have that belief, just as Richard said, you can sell it for 5,000, 6,000, even up to, I know people selling it up to $10,000, bro.
Yep, 100%. We're actually working on a few deals with some of the bigger end software deals. But yeah, man, it's the biggest thing. You have to be very direct with these individuals because think about it. You're only paying the setup fee one time for the rest of your life. So
Mhm,
if I do it one time and then you make $1 million from it, or even like $200,000 from it, or even $50,000 from it, it's worth the investment for you to do it. Or you can just go figure it out by yourself. What's the price you want to pay? Figure it out
mhm.
yourself, or pay me $5,000 to build it out one time, and we're good.
100%, man. 100% love that, bro. I think, yeah, that is a big, big thing that people have, like a limiting belief in their mind that they can't sell it for more than this or that. You just broke it down, bro. So I love that. Appreciate that. Now,
Yep.
let's get into, because that was your first client. You didn't like, it wasn't like, one of those typical ways to get clients, cold calling and things like that.
Yep.
Second client, how long did it take to get your second client? How was that?
My second client was a complete cold call. They're also a supply store as well. And yeah, he was kind of skeptical with it at first. And then I pitched him like a database reactivation at first. And then I went back to him again, told him about the AI receptionist, did a meeting, built a demo for him, did some research on the client. So I made the demo very specific because I named it after his daughter. So he was pretty impressed with that.
Uh,
And then yeah, just talk to Wendy, man. This is your AI assistant. And then he hopped on a call, and I was on a work trip down in Vancouver. We were doing a trade show for the AI,
yeah.
and then we were up there, and then I remember he said he wanted to do a meeting. So I was in the hotel room, put a nice background, flipped open. I vlogged the whole thing as well, and then I flipped open my laptop, closed them for $6,000 again, and then
Wow.
this one was 300 bucks a month. This
Wow.
one, yeah.
Wow. There you guys like there you guys have it. $6,000. Boom, $6,000 again. And how long was it after? Which month was this, if you remember?
This was end of July, going into the next month.
There you go. Like, what do you mean $1,000, $2,000? Like, this guy's fucking killing it with a $6,000 second deal. Like within the first month of starting, he's already at $12,000 in like cash collected, and then up like I think that's $800 in monthly retainers. So
Monthly.
it's just a limiting belief. Now the cold calling, uh, or before we go into the cold calling, bro, I want to go and get into demos because this is the second
Yes, sir.
time you mentioned demos.
Yeah.
Demos and the personalized demos, like, note this, guys, like he made a personalized demo after the name of the of the business owner's daughter. He made it
Mm-hmm.
so personalized that it made the business owner actually like him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, demos, bro, how big? Because I'm very big on demos. How do you
Yeah.
feel like the two first deals that you have closed for total of $12,000 just cash collected? Do you feel
Mm-hmm.
like the demo part or giving out demos have been like played a
Oh,
big
absolutely.
role in that?
Absolutely, man. Because it is, you got to realize that AI is such a new thing. People still are scared of it. So if you make them feel like there's value, and then if you go out of your way to make something custom, and obviously the demos don't take me too long. Obviously, I get ChatGPT to scrape the internet, create me a knowledge base for the company. But
Mhm,
then I add some individual details over there, which doesn't take a lot of time. Like if I have to invest an extra 15, 20 minutes to make
mhm,
it custom, but I could get like, 6,000, 10,000, or even like 3,000. It's definitely worth the investment because it gives them an idea on how this would implement in their business. Now, the only mistake I made at earlier on in the business is I got too complicated with everything, which made people kind of, oh, it's too much. But then I just dumbed it down. AI receptionist, it's very personal. You can add personality to it, and then they just bite every single time. And then I can upsell them on all the other stuff later.
wow, I love that, man. I'm also big on demos. I always tell people like, do demos, do demos. Like when you cold call this business, right? We're gonna get into
Mm-hmm.
cold calling as well, but when you cold call
Sure.
this business, what did you pitch? Did you try and get them on a call, or was your thing like, I made you a free demo, check it out?
So when I first started, it was just like, hey, have you guys thought about using AI in the business? Yes or no? And if they say yes, I'll move forward. If they say no, then I just call the next person. And then I was like, okay, I'm calling a lot of people. How can I make this better? So what I would do is I would research the company, not even research the company. I would just call them and say, hey, are you the owner? They'll be like, yeah. Listen, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I built you a free, if you looked at your website, we built you a free AI employee that can book you 3 to 4 appointments completely for free in the next week. Is this something you would even want? What do you mean? It's like, yeah, I built you an AI employee, man. Solid trainer in business. Would you like to see it? If they say yes, then I go build a demo and I'll show it to them because it'll take me what
Mm,
15 minutes, and I'll
mm,
book them a meeting, and then boom, 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 boom. So it's very scalable. I have some setters also making those calls right now. It's extremely so if you guys want to do it, go for it. So what I would do, what we did was we Google Sheets and Google Maps. We took the API, had it scrape the internet for different industries for all the leads. So we used AppScript to connect Google Maps, and then it pulled up all the leads, and I would get their Google ratings, their websites, and their phone number and their company name. So either the pitch is going to be I built you a free website, or I built you a free AI employee, or Google reputation, one of those three, depending on which one they get the most. And then, yeah,
mm,
we'll just do the demos after that.
That's genius. That's like when most people cold call, they're like, "Oh, cold calling doesn't work." Like when you cold call businesses, you have to realize, and I'm pretty sure you agree with this, you have to realize that these businesses get hundreds of cold calls every single day. So you
Yep.
sitting there and being like, I got this AI, it can make you $5 million a month. Let's hop on a 30-minute call, bro.
They don't
Like
care.
they don't give a fuck, bro. They're business owners. That means they don't have time. They barely have time for their own family, bro. They barely have time to take a shit. They barely have time to eat, right? So you can't really go out there and just pitch a call. You have to do like just like Richard, you know, offer a free demo. Lead with value, offer a free demo. Also, as Richard said, AI is pretty new, right? And I completely agree with that. So people don't know what it means, right? And when you pitch them a demo, it's like that you get to experience it firsthand, and it just increases the conversion rate by a lot. Now, Richard, cold calling. How many cold calls did it take you to get that first client?
Me personally, I have a lot of experience in sales, so I would say less than 30.
Mm,
But I know for a lot of the new guys as well, like my basic law of averages is every 10 no's is one yes.
mm,
So, and that's for anybody really, but you just have to have a really good offer, and your tonality and your delivery needs to be on point. But I would say that if you have that on point and a very good offer, 10 no's and one yes should be very easy, especially with AI in today's market.
yeah. And here is the thing. I get misunderstood a lot. I say that cold outreach sucks in 2025. What I mean by that is I don't say that it doesn't work. What I'm saying is that cold outreach sucks, especially emails. Okay. Like open rate on emails is like 3%. There's like a lot of gurus out there, bro. Most of these gurus don't even run their agencies. They're just selling a course. Like
Yeah.
they don't even run the agents. Bro, I was one of the first people, I believe, who started this whole AI receptionist thing. And there was like
Yeah.
fucking hundreds of copycats. If you look at their content and look at my content, like especially
Same.
in the early days, you can see, bro, they have copied there's like this guy, bro. I'm not gonna drop name, but there's this guy. He's big. He's big in this space. He's copying every video that I'm making. He's
Yeah.
saying the same exact things. He's copying like, bro. I'm talking about my case studies. He's taking the same case studies and is using it as his own, right? So
Hmm.
when I say cold calling or when I say cold outreach sucks,
Hmm.
it works. It definitely works, but you shouldn't rely on it because
Yeah.
then, like, let's say, because AI is pretty new, right? You've been in
Yeah.
sales, bro. Like, would you agree with this? Yes or no? Would you say that the reason cold calling is very successful right now is because AI is new and you're like, it's very easy to
Oh,
sell?
sure. For sure, easily. It's going to die down over the next, year or two. But
Mhm.
right now, it's like nobody's there. It's like we're the first person in the garden. We're grabbing all the low hanging fruit before everybody comes in. In about 1 year, everybody's grandma, auntie, fucking
Mm,
daughter is going to be on this thing. So I'm just grateful that we're one of the first few people in the marketplace right now.
100%.
Grabbing everybody.
100%. And that's where the misunderstanding is. I tell people cold calling sucks and it's not going to work in 2 years, 1 year from now because everyone and their uncle is going to be doing it. So you have to stand out. Now, how do you stand out? Create a personal brand, right? You have people coming to you. And basically, like, even bro, from my Instagram, I have 40K followers. And in the beginning, I was doing more of like B2B. And now I'm like, doing mentorship more, and I have my
Yeah.
other user where I'm getting like B2B clients. But even
Hmm.
from my like B2C like content, I'm getting a lot of business owners and I'm getting a lot of clients from there who are ready to pay me 5K, 3.5K, 4K, 5K and things like that, right? So you should, if you're watching this, let me say this once and for all. Cold calling works. I wouldn't do cold emails because the reply rate is just too low. I would do cold calling. And if I do cold calling, I would also like I would do cold calling, but also on the side, I would build my personal brand. Uh, because it would like definitely pay off in the future. Not maybe right now. I look at it this way, bro. I look at it like cold calling as a way to get clients as soon as possible, and then
Yep.
my personal brand to actually, build up an
Retain.
asset. Yeah, that would pay me
Yeah, I
off
would
in like 1, 2
I would,
years.
I, I would, I would say, man, to add to that, I would say you're a big part of me wanting to start doing social media. I started posting some content, but I would say definitely watching you.
Mm,
Huge reason as to why, because I've never been a social media guy, but I definitely see the value now after watching your videos and the necessity for it, especially with the rise of AI.
100%. A lot of people think it's like they're like, I don't want to be a content creator, but you're not a fucking content creator. What you are is just a lead generation channel. It's just like cold calling, right? But it's just 100 times better, and it
Way
actually
better.
you actually stand out. So that's what I say. A lot of people misunderstand me. They're like, yeah, this guy says cold outreach, don't do it. I do cold outreach, or I don't do it anymore. I have a VAs who do it, and
Hmm.
I tell all of my students to do it as well. You land your first client with cold outreach. So definitely do cold outreach, but don't rely on it forever. And
No.
that's it. Now, obviously, bro, you are running a bigger agency now from where you started. Do you have like VAs? Because you just told me you have setters, or are you
Yeah,
doing cold calling yourself?
I have four guys doing setters right now, and I do all the closing, so I don't have no closers yet, but just setters. Yeah. So I
And
have
how much
two.
volume are you guys doing when it comes to cold calling every single day?
Right now, I just brought on two more. So we're doing on average about 400 to 500 calls a day because these guys are still in training. I only have one experienced setter right now, and that's Shannon. She's doing amazing. She said I think 21 appointments on her first week for
Wow.
like a beginner who's never done any cold calls. So I have two
Wow.
on the East Coast, two on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, and then one down in the States as well.
Wow. Wow. That's how much, like in the first week, 21 appointments.
21 appointments. She's doing great, man. I was not expecting that. So
And did you give her the script or did she create her own script?
it's just a script that I had. Hey, built you a free AI employee. So what I usually do with all my setters is, you obviously heard of the Dream 100, like friends and family.
Yeah.
Friends and family first. Once after that one's done, then we go after the script. And the script is a very simple offer, low ticket, not low ticket, but low, easy to like free AI employee. Do you want to see it? If they say
Mm.
yes, book them on a meeting, close them over there. And then, yeah, that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. I don't want to make it complicated for anybody.
There you guys have it. That's like this shit. What I just told you is like make your first 50K this month. Just give you the fucking strategy. And do you have your setters on commission based only?
Commission based only.
Yeah, so that means
So
you're
then,
losing no money like on the setters. They're like purely working on. So for the guys who don't know, basically what he does is he don't even cold calling himself anymore. He have four people who's doing it for him on a commission base. So he's losing no money. If he makes money, they make money. If he doesn't make money, they don't make money. So it's only commission based.
yep.
And yeah, bro, that's genius. Now, one question I have for you though is because a lot of people struggle with this.
Hmm.
How do you get past gatekeepers? So let's say you call a business. How do you get past the receptionist or whoever picks up? How do you get to the line?
Absolutely. So I always throw it back on them. And I always start my calls with a pattern interrupt. So something that gatekeepers are not used to. Because the last thing you want to do is sound like a fucking sales guy when you answer the phone. So like for example, when we were hitting doors back in the day, I would walk into a business and I'd be like, hey, listen, don't shoot. I'm looking for the guy who shoots a salesman.
Yeah,
And then they would just give me the business one. They're like, what the fuck? So if you say something outlandish when somebody answers the phone, they'll be like, what? Yeah, man, I'm just looking for the owner. But right now, like one of the things that I do is like if a receptionist answers, I'll say, hey, just looking for the guy in charge of business partnerships. And then they'll be like, what do you mean business partnerships? Yeah, we did some research on you guys. I think we might be a good fit, but you guys are taking in more appointments right now, right? They'll be like, yeah, just did some research. We want to give you guys some free appointments. Who'd be in charge of business partnerships? I won't even make it like a sales pitch. I'm just wanting to talk to you about a business owner. That would be Steve. Okay, yeah, would you pass me through Steve? And then what's this regarding? Yeah, just getting you guys more appointments. We just did some research. I think you guys might be a good fit. Just want to speak to the boss man. Okay, sure.
Mm,
Pass me over, and that's it.
sick, bro. And how is that working for you? How is the conversion on that?
Outstanding.
There you guys
Outstanding,
have
man.
it.
Yep.
There you guys have it. Like that's like a fucking $1 million tip right there because a lot of people have this struggle. What I do is I have like a kind of unethical one, but I don't know if it's unethical, but here is what I do. Like my VS call these businesses and they're like, yeah, my sister or whatever, brother, sometimes auntie, sometimes sister, sometimes brother, friend, whatever. They called
Hmm.
here a couple of days ago and you guys didn't pick up the phone and like that got me thinking. You guys are missing out on calls because of your
Oh
reception.
yeah, dude, that's
So they're
perfect,
like,
dude. I don't think that's
uh,
sketchy. No,
yeah.
that's
So
solid.
it creates the problem, you know. It tells them exactly the problem, and they're like, sometimes, you know, sometimes they're fucking sleazy sometimes where they're like, okay, let me check. And then they go and check. They're like, yeah, I can't find the number. And then you're just like, I just tell them like, you know, yeah, I called, but it didn't even go through. I don't know why. So you guys have some
Hmm.
problem on your end, whatever. But anyways, you know, uh, you guys are missing calls. I just created an AI receptionist for you. Like, here's the thing. We also keep it the same, right? I think
Yep.
I've seen the pattern with a lot of cold callers. They have the same pattern. We keep it short. We keep it
Yep.
short and we lead with value, which is like the demo. Like,
Yep.
we have created a demo. Where can I send it? Why would they say no
Hmm.
to a free demo? Right?
They
So
would.
I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, that's a lot of sauce for you guys. If you guys are gonna get past the gatekeepers, take fucking notes on what Richard just says. So yeah, bro, love that. Yeah, what your main like lead generation is happening through cold calling?
Yeah, so there's a few different. So I have my referral program. My referral program is very great. I actually stole it from Alex Ramosi. I don't know if you heard of that one before.
If I heard of Alex Ramosi.
Yeah, so basically, essentially, what I do is when I sign up a client, I give them $1,000 gift card at 98% off, and I would tell them, hey, you can gift it to two of your best clients as a gift for this $1,000 AI widget or system or whatever, and they would
Mhm.
pay me for quality leads. So they would pay me $20, $15, and I would take that money, but I wouldn't give them the gift card. I will just take their customer information, email them saying that, hey, I have $1,000 gift card for you from X client. He paid for this. That way, the customer looks good. I look good, and then they feel like they're getting a really good deal. So essentially, when I do my discovery call, so let's say if the bill is 3,000, I just minus out the thousand and take the rest of the money.
Wow. Wow, that's actually genius. That this fucking call is so fire. For the people watching, go down. I'm gonna put down Instagram, Richard's Instagram. Go give him a fucking follow. He's a fucking G. You never heard this kind of shit before. So go give him a follow. I love that, bro. That's genius. So yeah,
Yes, sir.
referral program, cold calling. Obviously, referral program is for the people or for your already existing clients, but I'm talking more of like new leads.
New leads, yeah. Dude, utilize your customers to get more customers. So right now I have three customers right now who have social media. I'm utilizing their network to get me leads. So I partner up with these different companies, whether if it's a moving company, transportation company, and then if they have social media, I would either get them to give me a list of their clients, and then I would reach out to them and I would give them a small commission for every customer we close from their list as well. So I just get like a bunch of quality leads from every single business that I close. So they'll say, "Hey,
Oh,
listen, man, we have a referral program. So if you guys give us a customers of your list of customers, we do a database reactivation. I'll give you 5 to 10% of the whatever they buy." So they
wow.
just get commissions from that.
Wow, that's genius, bro. I love that. I'm gonna start doing that for my agency as well because I
Dude,
have
you
a lot of
should, man.
clients. I have a lot of
Dude,
clients, so I think I'm gonna start doing that as well. I
dude, you
love that.
should. It's definitely been a game changer for sure because they trust the business that they're
Yeah.
doing that with, and we start off super super slow. We don't make it complicated. The biggest issue that I've had with the agency so far is making it too complicated. Text message automation, all this shit. I'm like, dude,
Mm,
I'm not doing any other shit anymore. Voice AI, get them in the door, and then afterwards I can sell them on
yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. Then you can start upselling them. This is what happened to, we had a client, a car dealership. We sold them
Hmm.
an AI receptionist. We took them from on average 22 appointments to 77 appointments.
Hmm.
And that's like, so basically for the car dealership, the appointments is test drives. That means they start making more money. They love that shit. And then we're like, okay, so you guys already trust us, you know, I already got you this many appointments. Let us build you guys an AI review collector because you guys are a local business. Every time someone buys a car from you guys, or it even comes in the shop and gets a test drive, You guys already got their number. All you gotta do is just check it off. Okay, this guy have bought the car, or this customer have been in here. It's gonna send them an automated message, just like leave a review, get 20% off on your next purchase. And boom, they leave a review. You guys are gonna get more reviews. It's gonna rank higher on Google, blah 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 blah. Boom, we sold that for I think $2,500 to them, and
Wow.
then also an AI SMS chatbot. So let's say you guys people some people message as well. They have this platform where they sell their cars. It's not like they're running ads and shit. They have like I don't remember what the platform is called, but it's niche down to cars, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, people go on their message, customers message on that, but they have no one to answer right away. So we
Yep.
integrate like a chat bot in there, which will answer all the SMSs and yeah, redirect them again to the test drive. So I think we did that one as well for like 2000, and then something in I don't know, $300 in monthly retainer or whatever. But yeah, my point is we signed that client for $5,000 or something for the AI, sorry, for the yeah, AI receptionist in the beginning, got them the results, boom, upsold them, and then boom, upsold them again. So
Yeah.
nothing complicated in the beginning, just the AI
Yeah.
reception, and then
You're doing the right thing, man, which is getting people in the door at like at a very low end, and then you can upsell them later. Because just because somebody spends $5,000 doesn't mean they can spend another $15,000 same year with you. There's a lot of upsells you
100%.
can do. People try to sell. The mistake I try to make, anyways, is try to sell everybody everything since day one, and then
Mhm.
I found out that wasn't taking me anywhere. So I had to pivot and be like, yeah, just get the people in the door, and then I can take care of the rest later.
100%. Get them in the door, earn their trust, get them some results, boom, upsell them. I love that, man. Cool, 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 cool. Now yeah, my last question would be the VAs you have. Where do you find them?
Friends, family, referrals. I haven't like hired anybody online yet, but it's just friends, family, ex-employees. What else is there? Yeah, just utilize the network that I have to get these VAs, and I pay very good as well, so it's definitely a good offer for them as well. Yeah, VAs. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
What do you pay them? Like, how is it like commission based only? So like if they send you a lead, you close them, then you pay them?
Yeah, so they technically work in my company as well. So they're not like contractors or anything like that. But yeah, I do pay them, and then I also throw out bonuses for all my guys. So let's say, hey guys, if we close 20 deals this month, I'm gonna give out a $1,500 cash prize, or a trip
Mm.
to XYZ, whatever. But yeah, if I'm closing 20 deals a month, I make a 10, 20, 30,000. I could definitely spend 2 grand on my guys to set appointments.
Well, yeah. This
I,
guy just spitting fire. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I have to say, man, like one of my favorite things I watched from you that got me interested in your content is like fuck the morning routines, the cold showers, the fucking cold showers, meditation, journaling, and I'm like, dude, like when you said that, like me and my old business friend, we would argue every morning. With that, not argue, but like we would do that every single morning. But I felt tired, dude. Like so that really hit for me. It's like, dude, like this is not getting me anywhere. Just do the fucking work. It's just gonna happen. Like, yeah, sure, it's important to some degree, but yeah, but like, dude, I went through exactly what you went through. You feel tired doing the cold plunge, workout in the morning, reading, journaling, and I'm like, dude, it's a waste of time. I just need to get to work, and then I
Uh,
find a lot more results that way as well.
100%, bro. Like all that shit is just mental masturbation. You feel like you're doing work, bro. You're reading a fucking like meditation, bro. Like that's like that. I used to sit here, not even this office, my previous
Mm.
office. Like I used to sit here and I used to meditate before work. And after 10 minutes, I was about to fall asleep, bro. So when I was about to work, it was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I even doing this? But yeah, bro, definitely. For everyone watching this, like, stop being a fucking pussy, okay? You know deep down that you're doing all this for mental masturbation. Just put in the fucking work, okay? Stop with all that shit. Put in the work. That is what matters. That is what's gonna get you results. That is what got me results. That is what's got Richard results. That is what's getting everybody results. Stop watching these Andrew Huberman fucking videos. Put in the work.
You're preaching to the choir, man. That's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
bro. Yeah. Cool, man. A lot of fire so far. Now let's get into a little bit different things. Let's get into challenges and lessons, bro. So, What would you say have been the hardest part about building your agency?
Um, Systems, dude. I didn't realize how intricate the system, because I've never been a tech guy myself. So the mistake I made was, I need a good system. So that's why I actually took a step back and really focusing on building the infrastructure in place to handle clients. And I want to make it as simple as possible for customer onboarding and stuff like that. Like one of my clients, dude, like he paid me a bunch of money and then he did not like get back to me for like 2 months,
Oh.
but he's still paying me every month. He has no issue with it. He's just busy. But there's got to be a faster way because I don't like doing that where somebody pays me and then they can't get back to me and I can't complete the project. So putting systems in place to complete those. And then having a script for different types of businesses. So one of my friends, he owns one of the largest transportation companies in Canada. So I pitched them the product. They loved it. But then when they went over to the higher management, like his dad that owns the whole company, this company is doing like over $60 million a year. They turned it down because I made it too complicated for them. So now I realize that with some of the bigger end software deals, you have to, it's more relationship based rather than they could give a shit about the product. Nobody cares about voice AI. It looks cool. It looks cool to us, but a lot of these companies, they do not care. So you have to make it as simple as possible and focus on building relationships. Nobody cares about the demos. Demos do help, but focus more on providing value and what it's going to solve for them.
Mm,
That's one of the
100%.
biggest things I've learned.
100%. Me too, bro. My first month, I did $0. Second month, I did $30,000. One thing I changed was that instead of pitching the AI, and when I used to get on these calls, I was like, yeah, this AI can speak this many languages, it can connect to your dashboard and the API key and all of that bullshit. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
wanted to buy it because, as Richard said, no one gives a fuck about the AI receptionist. It's us. We're consumers. We're like, wow, it sounds so fancy and all of that. But as a business owner, you don't give a fuck. You're in business to make money. So you care about making money. So what I gotta pitch you is exactly what you want. There's a saying, give
Exactly.
Susie what Susie wants for lunch. If Susie wants steak for lunch, you don't give her salad, right? Same thing you gotta do here. If business owners are in business to make money, you got to focus on pitching them the money part, right? Focus on pitching them the ROI. Show them that this is actually worth it. Show them that this can make you so much money instead of pitching like this AI has fucking. You can add the voice of Rihanna. You can add the
Mm-hmm.
voice of Bill. Bro, I did this on a call. My first call, I was like, yeah, we can clone the voice. There was some like med spa guy in
Yeah.
London. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I literally said, I was like, yeah, you can clone the voice of I don't remember who I said, Beyonce or some shit like that. And the guy was looking, I thought it was like, I thought I said something like he's gonna laugh and he's gonna laugh. And he was looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy saying? So never make that
Uh,
mistake.
no.
Don't say unnecessary bullshit. Just talk about, how we can make them more money because that is exactly what they want to hear about. And also, yeah,
Yep.
focus on building relationships as well because
Yep.
that's what's going to make you stand out. A lot of these agencies, you have to realize that these business owners have been burned by a lot of agencies before, especially marketing agencies. So building a relationship with them will definitely build you a lot of
Hun-
trust.
100%. Can I add one more thing, Harun?
Sure, bro, go ahead.
What I would say if people are looking to get into this business, don't try to do it yourself. I would honestly get a mentor. I would say Haroon's one of the best guys right now in the marketplace because I would say he's top five, definitely for sure in terms of like influencers teaching people how to how to sell AI receptionists. I'm good at sales. That's what I've done my entire life. But if you're looking to get into the game, invest in a proper mentor that has the same mentality as you. Like to be honest, like I would say every single successful business owner that I've seen, because I've met a lot. Like one of my friends, he sold his company for $700 million. A lot of these guys, they operate the same way that you do. Very direct. Fuck all this bullshit. Do the work. Make it very easy. And in this space right now, because it's so new, this is like the gold rush. You guys need to be investing into proper mentorship that can help you navigate the marketplace right now. And if you don't have that help, yeah, you can try to figure it out yourself. I can promise you, you're not going anywhere because it will take a
Mhm,
lot of trial and error to even get to 30K per month. Because to
mhm,
make 30K per month, you have to be a certain level of uh, entrepreneur. Because
mhm.
yeah, most people can't, but you have to be invest in the right type of help for you to scale.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. If you guys want to apply for mentorships, I do have a couple of spots open. Click the link down below. Book a call with me. See if you guys are the right fit, if we can actually help you. Because this is not some bullshit where you just get on people and they're like, just take your fucking money. I don't want to take your money. I want to actually get you the results because that's what matters to me. So hop on the call. We'll see if you're the right fit, if we can actually help you. If we can, we'll get you into the mentorship and we'll get you to 30K a month. But yeah, bro, appreciate that. Cool. So yeah, that's the hardest part about building your agency.
Yeah,
Now,
it's the systems, dude. That's the biggest thing for me. Anyways, it's optimizing all the onboarding and then the client acquisition systems. Like that's the sales is the easy part. It's just the back end for me.
yeah, and yeah, speaking of sales, bro, I know you've been in sales for some time now, as you mentioned. How many years?
Dude, I've been doing sales since I was like 17,
And how old are you, by the way? I didn't forgot to ask you.
26, 26.
26. So that's 9 years. That's crazy. Yeah. Now, my next question would be, speaking of sales, it would be like, because obviously, this is probably something you didn't learn now, but you probably learned it before. But I think this is going to be a big lesson for people, which is like, how do you deal with rejection? Because here's what happens to most people, bro. They cold call 50 businesses. I get these DMs every single day, bro. They cold call maximum 100 businesses in like a span of 1 month. And then they're like, bro, I'm not getting any clients. Like, oh, it's making me demotivated and all of that. How do you, as I think you can be labeled as an expert in sales, $6,000 for 1 AI receptionist. You've been doing it for 9 years. How would you deal with rejection? How do you do that, Richard?
Okay, so that's a very good question. So rejection, I would say for most people, it's fake. Rejection means you haven't really articulated your point enough, which is why you're getting rejection. So I always look at rejection as a learning opportunity as to why they say no. Because as a salesperson, if you're doing cold calls, the biggest thing you can learn is human psychology on how to actually read the individual because he's saying no for a reason. So if you get better at figuring out why people say no, the better it is. So no basically means next opportunity. That's what NO means, which is next opportunity. And to be honest, if you're getting affected by getting rejected, it's because you're basing your confidence on the other individual. I do not give my power to anybody else but myself. Hey guys,
Mm,
because in the end of the day, like if you're not going to use the AI receptionist, AI is going to replace you, and that's what I tell myself. All right, I'm not interested. All right, cool. See, a Terminator is going to come for you. I'm going to go to the next person and get the because in the end of the day, it's like these people need AI. If they don't want to use it, I'm not there to. I tell all my guys this: we're not here to sell AI to people. We're only getting the people that want AI because I'm not here to convince you that you need AI in your business for you to survive and thrive. Fuck no. It's like, hey, we're doing this. My only job is to provide the best value as possible and to help these guys understand what AI is. And that's what I look at it. I don't even care to sell them. It's can I educate this person? And if they feel like they're educated, they can definitely make the investment in the project. Otherwise, just take responsibility and then just move on because nose is just basically part of it. Think of it like getting experience points, like in a game, when you're beating somebody up and then you get like experience points and then you level up
mm,
to the next level, get as many experience points as you want. So sometimes when we would have slow days in the field, we would go out and look for no's because the more no's we get, the bigger deals we're going to get. I can't explain it, but we would go knock doors because we would before the chemical business, we had a charity business as well. So we would go door to door to raise money for nonprofits and we would knock doors from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And essentially, if you're having a slow day, we'd knock, 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 get all the bunch of no's, and then in the end of the day, we'll close 5 deals, make $600
mm,
same day.
yeah,
Because the
yeah.
no's is just the whole no thing is just a fallacy to a person's mind. Just get your no's. It's like a badge of honor. The more no's you're gonna get, the better it is. And I feel like for most people, if you gamify getting no's as a game, it's going to increase your confidence because that's what sales does. It gives you thick skin, and thick skin is what you need in business, which is going to give you more character.
Wow. Well, that's something that I picked up on as well. Obviously, yeah, I'm doing 30K a month and all of that, but still learning from this guy as well. He's a master in sales. Thick skin. I love that. That's something that's gonna stay in my mind. Sales gives you thick skin. And I would like to add something to that as well. Yes, a no. Every time you get a no, you're closer to a yes, but that's only if you're tracking why you're getting a no and then changing it up, right?
Yep.
So that is very important as well. That is something that I didn't used to do, which is like, yes, you can knock 100 doors or call 100 businesses and get no from every one of them, but it's only going to change. You're only going to get closer to a yes if you're tracking all of those 100 calls, finding out where the bottleneck is. Okay, is it in the beginning of the script? Is it at the end? Is it when I send the demos? Is it in the middle of the script? Is my opener bad? When you track that shit down and you actually analyze where you're fucking up or where the bottleneck is and you fix that, that is how you get closer to a yes. Would you agree with that, Richard?
Oh, 1000%. Because as a salesperson, you need to know where you're lacking at. So if it's the script where you're losing people, you can optimize it. That's why we're investing into a calling software right now for our guys that can actually track the calls. And what I like about this software, there's a few that we're looking at. It gives you an AI summary of the call, and it'll also give people live objection handles as well for my sales guys.
Wow.
So while they're mid call. But yeah, if you're trying to scale your business, track everything. It's a huge thing. And I was going to say that if you are getting a lot of no's, it's probably God in the universe testing you to see how bad you want this opportunity. Because
Mm,
sometimes you're going to get a dry spell to see if you're really about this opportunity. Can you handle the bad so I can give you the good? And I feel like if you
mm,
go through that bad phase, you're going to get a big fucking deal. Like, I'll give you an example. One of my biggest sales I've ever had was a year and a half ago. I was going through a dry spell for like 3 weeks. It was like horrible. I was like only doing $1,000 a day, very horrible. But I went to this one. I went to this one business, 15-minute conversation, dude. I from that one client in the span of Friday and Monday made $142,000.
wow.
But before that, it was just like absolutely getting destroyed. Dudes are low key crying in the car. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
horrible.
crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Like if you gave up, like here's what most people do. They do, let's say 100 calls and then they give up, right? Let's say the 3 weeks you were going through the dry spell, right? Let's say in the fourth week you landed the deal, or was it in the third week?
Well, I still got sales, but it wasn't like the same
Yeah,
volume that I
the
usually
big
do.
thing was it like
Yeah.
third week or fourth week?
Third or fourth, I don't remember. But yeah.
Yeah, let's say it was the fourth week, right?
Hmm.
Imagine now Richard was doing like these, he's trying to sell, I don't know, you're doing door to door. Let's say he was doing door to door, right? And he was getting like no big yeses, no big deals. Imagine if he gave up in the third week and he was like, yeah, this shit doesn't work. Like most of the motherfuckers do right out there, right? They're like, yeah, this doesn't work. No, it's not that it doesn't work. You just gave up too early. Imagine Richard gave up in the third week because this was like, yeah, this doesn't work, bro. He would never landed that, was it $140,000 deal?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he would never be able to land that deal because he said he gave like it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
Or he failed. You never fail. You just give up. You just give up too early, and that's the
Hmm.
whole thing. I
Yeah. I get, and it doesn't even have to be that much. So like Shannon, one of my girls, same thing. She was going through a dry spell, not getting appointments, and then she was like, I had a one-on-one conversation with her. She kept going. I told her to take the rest of the day off. She's like, no, I'm going to keep calling. She made calls for the rest of the day. She ended up closing a deal. She booked an appointment with a guy who paid same day. Uh, yeah, at the same day because she decided to keep going.
That's exactly what. And here's the thing, bro. The last people I've spoken to, and I even had on this channel, Brennan, the last guy. I don't know if you saw him, but he's also doing the same thing. He was doing like 30K a month with his
Yeah, I've seen
agency.
that.
And what I noticed is all the successful guys in this space is big on sales, very big on sales. Like, let me ask you this, bro. Are you creating your own AI receptionist or have you outsourced it?
I'm looking to outsource it. I've had one guy do it. He did a terrible job, but right now quality matters for me over everything. So I'm doing it myself, but I'm looking to hire and optimize that entire process.
And how do you like operate? Are you focusing a lot more on sales or are you focusing
Sales, sales,
exactly?
sales.
That's what it is, guys. Like for the people watching, you guys are too worried about like AI agent and all of that. Outsource that shit. Okay. Yes, you should know the basics. 100% you should know the basics. It's not that you don't know shit and then you outsource it. Know the basics. Create your first two, three AI agents. Learn how to do it yourself and then outsource that shit because all the guys you've seen on this channel who had success, at least 30K a month with it, even 10K a month, are people who are bigger on sales, who focus more on sales. Me, I don't touch the AI. I focus on sales. I'm focusing on managing the sales team, but we focus on sales. Every successful AI agency so far are focusing on sales. Let me tell you one thing. The people that aren't focusing on sales and the people that are focusing on the AI agents and perfecting that are the ones who's going to work for Richard, his agency, and get like a 25 to 30% commission because they never focused on sales. Yes, they know all about AI, but guess what? They're working for Richard, even though Richard is focused more on sales, right? So focusing on the AI agent is just going to make you a freelancer for an agency who is doing the sales because you never focused on sales. So absolutely learn the basics, but focus more on sales. That is what I've seen in the space. The guys who are big on sales are making the most money.
Yeah, because the more money you make, the easy it is for you to scale. I saw your video where you were on the yacht. Yeah, like that's the biggest thing. That's what business owners do. You build systems, focus on sales, and then the money's going to take care of everything else as soon as it hits the account because you can just buy the help that you need. But if you're just
100%.
focused on, because I met a lot of guys really focusing on the technical side of things, and then it doesn't move the needle. You can make the
100%.
best fucking product out there, but nobody's gonna buy it if doesn't know about it. Which is again
100%.
goes back to you, man. Branding. This is like extremely, very important.
100%, bro. 100%. Do you think like fucking Elon Musk is creating his own cars? He doesn't give a shit about cars. He cares his own. He like obviously he's the richest man in the world. I don't know how he operates, but it would make more sense if he's focusing on his branding and managing teams and
And
sales
that's
and
what
all
he
of that.
does. That's exactly
Exactly.
what he does. Yep.
Exactly. He doesn't have time, bro, to sit there and create
Mm-mm.
the fucking cars. No like no successful company sits there and creates like the fucking Steve Jobs didn't create his iPhone, right? He have
Mm-hmm.
people doing for him, focus on the sales and the marketing, and that's why the fuck he's Steve Jobs, and that's why you know him. And the reason no
Mm-hmm.
one knows you is because you focus on the technical shit. You need to start focusing on sales and getting the money in and the branding, right? Stop focusing on creating the best AI agent. That's like, bro, I get so many people. They're like, yeah, I'm scared to start my agency because I gonna make the perfect product first. That's like saying, that's like thinking about what color your yacht is gonna be when you have like $1 in your bank account. That's like fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy work. Like you need to be focusing more on sales.
And I'll say this too, like if you guys are on the fence of starting your AI business right now, you cannot fail if you enter in the market right now because otherwise it's going to be too late. Like Facebook and Shopify and Amazon, by that time, like people are making hundreds of millions of dollars a month, and then for you to start, you're going to start at the bottom. So this is like
100%.
the best time to get started.
100%.
Um, I wanted to share something with you that people can get for free after this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, bro.
Um, my buddy actually made this tool that you can actually download for free, but it's like an ROI calculator, so you can just download it and then brand it as your own.
Wow. I actually
Uh,
created that, on Lovable. I did that, but
oh shit.
I don't have like a website and shit for it. So give it up, bro.
Okay. Well, if you want, it's your choice. Do it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Send it to me in the chat here, and I'll put it in the description as well, so people
Okay.
can use it.
Yeah, this is my buddy's website. I use it for my sales calls, but you can download this and have it as a widget on your website. But yeah, you can basically type in how much money you're making for the client, estimated missed calls per month, and it'll actually give the customer like the potential revenue loss. So if your average deal size is 8,000, you're missing 30 calls a month, your close rate's 30. This is how much you're losing per month. So I feel like you can download this for free. It's my buddy's company, Dan. But yeah, use it for your sales meetings. I would say definitely provide value. Can you see my screen or no?
No, I can't. Just send it in the chat, bro. Send it in the chat here. I'll open it on
Okay.
my screen.
Okay.
And
Let's see
also,
here.
instead of call, like if you're doing ads as well, you can funnel all the ad traffic to that page. Let them find out how much money they're losing out on. As soon as
Yeah.
they hit the calculate button, send them over to your booking page.
Yeah, there's no price or anything for this, so anybody can download this for free and get it.
So let's see. Yeah, there you guys have it. Summit Toolbox. I'm gonna put in the description as well. Yeah, bro, appreciate that. Appreciate that. I think a lot of
No
people
problem.
are gonna benefit from this. I tried creating this thing. I created like a rough thing on Lovable. I used it for some time, but we never used it really again. But I definitely think I'm gonna start using it again.
100%. Yeah, that's a crazy app, man. I have a few buddies building different apps on Lovable. It's wild what it can do.
Yeah, AI is just too big, bro. We're gonna get
Yeah.
into all. We're gonna do
Yeah.
another one of
For
these
us
as
to
well.
not be making $100,000 a month by the end of next year is kind of stupid at this point, to be
Either you're
honest.
stupid or you're lazy. I think most people are not stupid. I think most people are just lazy.
100% agree, brother.
And most people I'm gonna be 100% honest as well. Like most of you guys are just pussies. Okay, like 100% honest, bro. Like I don't want to sit back here and be like this kind guy. If you hate me for it, then you fucking hate me, bro. But that most of you guys are pussies. You call 100 businesses a day, and then you start fucking crying and oh, I'm not getting. You call 100 businesses, bro. Richard is doing 400, 500 businesses. Obviously, he has a team for that. He also taught you how you can go ahead and hire a fucking team for that. And if you're still still not making money, bro, you're lazy or you're a pussy. Like that's just facts, bro. Like people can hate me for it. I don't care, but that's just
Hmm.
facts, bro. Most people are just pussies, bro. Like straight up
Yeah.
pussies.
And people need to adapt this mindset, man. I can't tell you how refreshing it is to meet somebody like yourself that's very direct. Because a lot of people are not like the whole kind guy. They want to facilitate other people's feelings. In the end of the day, man, we're in business. Like I could give a fuck about like we all have families to feed. And
Mm,
I've trained and I've done a lot of interviews, man. Like to have this type of mindset is very, very rare for a lot of people. Because you that's kind of how you have to be to succeed. Is like stop being lazy, get the fucking work done, and then you'll be compensated for the amount of work that you do. And that's it.
100%, bro. 100%. Obviously, bro, it's been a fire call so far. I have another one in like 15 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to ask you one last question, and that
Sure.
is, what would you say to someone who's still stuck in a 9 to 5 or hesitating to start for any reason?
If you truly want it from the bottom of your heart, understand that you have to put in the fucking work. It's not like the universe or God is going to reward you the moment you quit your job. But if you're consistent with it and you're going in with the intention to help other people, because I would say any successful person, um, like even yourself, Haroon, which is you want to provide value for other people. If you focus on providing value for people, the money is going to come automatically. The moment you focus on making money, you're not going to make any money. Focus
100%.
on providing value to people, and then you'll win by default. That's why I always give out game for free. Try to help out as many people as I can. I'll win by default. Some person will randomly call me to give me $20,000 because the intention is to help other people, and then you win by default. You cannot lose by withholding information to yourself. So
100%.
if you are looking to quit and make that jump, just go in with the intention of actually helping as many people as you can. You will win by default.
100%. That's one of my sayings as well. Stop chasing money, start attracting money. So stop focusing on the money, start focusing on the value you give out and the help you give out, and the money is going to come to you.
One
I
hundred
love that,
percent.
man. I love that. And yeah, bro, if we can do one last like question, that would be like one sentence only. If you could go back to day one of starting back in June or July or whenever you started, what advice would you give to yourself in like one sentence or one thing only, if you could say?
Keep it super simple. Yeah, keep it super simple. That's it.
I love that, bro. And yeah, for the guys out there, you're starting an agency, you're thinking about like selling this and that and this. Like, don't sell multiple things. Start with one thing, master that shit, keep it simple, and then start upselling your like clients on different services. Yeah, bro. I love that, man. I love like so much fucking value in this video for the people watching. I appreciate all the value. Appreciate the time. Appreciate you for
I
having
appreciate
me
you,
on my
brother.
channel. And yeah, bro, we'll definitely do one of these again. You're doing 30K right now in sales.
Yeah, yeah.
Next time we speak, bro, which is gonna be maybe in like 6, 7 months, bro. I want to see that fucking 100K, bro. I want to
I
see
got
that.
you, man. I
Okay,
got you, bro. But
and I'm
yeah,
gonna do the
it's
same thing, bro.
100%, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure with talking to you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk soon, bro. And by the way, before you hop off, bro, do you want to drop your Instagram?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Let's
put it in the
see.
description as well, but if you can just spell it out for the people watching. And definitely give this guy a follow. He's a fucking G. You can see it from there we go. Richard. How do you pronounce
Avilele.
your name, bro? Avileli?
Avilele. Yeah.
Okay, there you go, guys. Yeah, bro. Appreciate you coming on the channel, bro, giving out sauce. And yeah, bro. We'll
You're the
keep in
man, dog.
touch. We'll talk soon.
Talk to you soon, brother.
Take
Cheers.
care, brother. Goodbye.